Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Back to Patreon reward number 2. My very loyal student Philip. I just had a lesson with him, and now we are going to play 2 games of 5-minute blitz because he donated or supported my Patreon channel, which you can do too, by the way, by clicking on this Patreon logo here on my YouTube channel, or by going to my Patreon site, which is the same as my YouTube, chess coach Andras. And yeah, you can figure out what you can get for your money, which is awesome value, hopefully. Philip definitely thought so. So now we are going to challenge this lovely man for a 5-minute blitz. That's what he chose. I offer, for the smallest amount of donation, second smallest amount of donation, can earn you 3-minute games to 5-minute games or 10 bullet, and he opted for this. I will make it non-rated. Actually, I will ask him. Okay, let's just go casual. So, game number 1. Bring it on, baby. The challenge has been accepted. It's always awkward when the coach plays a student because, of course, I'm teaching him openings. So let's see if he remembers the C3 Sicilian this time round. Let's see if I taught him anything. Not by the looks of things. So d5 is the only decent move here, because he has to fight for the center, otherwise I'm going to bite into that knight with d5, and that's very awkward. Philip, we have discussed this, that if developed knights can be kicked out, that is always a pain. And now if knight here, then f4, and then e5, and then all my pieces are taking a very firm control in the center. This is not looking anything like good. Okay, so now the knights are gone. Actually, knight e4 may be possible here. I'm not sure, because after queen d4 he then has f5, but that's a very iffy move to play. I guess I will just, yeah, I'm gonna do this, because after f5 I'm just gonna develop knight here, bishop here, and he can never play e6 without allowing me to play d6, which means a completely paralyzed kingside. I don't think he's saying f5 because otherwise he would have played it already. But I really don't want him to resign. I hope he won't. But yeah, me typing in any hints would be, I think, rather humiliating. So I will let him either work it out or suffer the consequences. I think that's the correct approach as his coach I can take, and he didn't see f5. So I'm sorry, Philip, but you are suffering the consequences now. Yeah, so f5 was only, once again, f5, knight f3, and black has got a very difficult position because, yeah, maybe even bishop d3 first, I don't know. But yeah, it's very tough to develop this side of the board. Whereas now the that position is falling apart. That was actually quite good that he brought this out. I'm expecting queen b6 now, but the thing is the bishop f2 check is not hurting me at all. So something like bishop c4, bishop check, and then king up, and yeah, that's it. So I don't know if he is going for it or not. We'll see. No, he's not. So now I'm playing knight c3. Now queen b6 can be met with knight a4. Okay. Can I play h4, h5 here? Can I take and then hang that? Yes, I can. So b6 was a bit naive because he wanted to pin me with bishop b7, but of course currently I am the lord of that diagonal. And now please don't take it back with either, because bishop c4 is gonna hurt really badly. Yeah, that was again very unnecessary. After king h8, I mean, granted he's dead lost, but now we are going from bad to worse to horrid to, yeah, you name it. This is massacre now. I could do a lot of things, but I'm just going with this. If d5, d6, queen check, yeah, I'm safe. Okay, I just had to check that d5 is no good, but after I'm passed on, the pin is maintained, so that's all good. One thing that people don't really tend to do on this level, which is a very bad habit, is that they don't really look at active and aggressive continuations in a position where they are under the pump. Like right now, here after queen f5, all they see is pin, attacked by the queen, oh my god, I'm dying. And they don't look at moves like this. Now, this is right now not working, but the thing is that you should always look at those possibilities, because often they reap results. Like right now I can just keep on building this attack up. I'm not gonna help him by taking that. Now I want to mate him down here. Thank you very much. Oh, now he has found d5. Good on him for that. The only problem is that I have got check, check, and then he can get out here. So I'm going to do the en passant business first. And now I'm still threatening with mate actually as a result of the pawn here, because now I'm covering that square too, and he just missed it. That was actually quite nicely demonstrated scenario where the lesson to learn is that not executing the threat is very often the way to go. So Nimzowitsch was the one who said that the threat itself is very often more deadly, more dangerous than its execution, because I could have taken that exchange on f7 any time I wanted, but that would have been cashing in way too early. Okay, let's put some pressure on him from this angle now. And by the way, talking about the Patreon rewards, so I'm going to upload these games also to the internet so that he can see them as well. And hopefully, the reason why I'm commentating on it predominantly is to offer him another opportunity to learn from the mistakes that we made there. Okay, so This is no-go zone. Of course, he should have played d5 here. Oh, it's my turn. E3. Come on, man. Why wouldn't you play E4? That is very sad. Like, whenever I see moves like this, my heart breaks. So look at how I'm going for the center. D5, knight C6, plan to play E5. I have already planned out how I want to dominate and conquer the center, and there's no such plan visible on his side, and E3 was a really poor start of this business. I don't really care about this pin because he can't exploit it, and this is the most natural square for the knight. I'm happy. I'm going to castle next unless he plays knight e5, and the pin is gone. And taking here is always bad, of course, because you don't want to give up bishops for knights in semi-open and open positions, and it's just not hurting me. In fact, what it does is that it strengthens my center, because now if he takes on c6, pawn makes this guarded, so e5 is easier to execute. Bishop d3 is best, or bishop e2, but maybe d3 so that e5 can be met by e4, which I don't think he's going to do, but let's see. Any other case, I'm going to keep on rocking up. Very good, Philip. Well done. Okay, so now this diagonal is a little bit open, so knight g4s might occur to me, and if my queen was on e7, then for example knight g4 castles, and then queen h4 would win on the spot for me, but now I can't do that. I'm reluctant to push in, although it has its merits. And bishop g4 is a move I'm also considering. Sending the bishop back home, and then bishop e6. Let's do that. Or forcing f3, which then denies castling, so that would be really, really, really bad for him. Let's hope he doesn't opt for that. Yeah, I reckon bishop e2, bishop e6, and then ed is actually annoying, because after cd he has the check. Okay, that was a slip. Yeah, but sadly it's a slip on the wrong move. So yeah, now he's not looking good at all. Yeah, bishop e2 was correct, in which case my advantage would have been minimal. Yep, I'm happy for him to take that, I don't care. It's his, if he wants to take it, so be it. All it does is basically gives up the dark squared bishop, so the dark squares in his camp will become even weaker than what they already are. I'm not sure what I'm expecting here from him, but I'm hoping not to see rook b1. That's always the worst way to guard this pawn on b2, because then moves like queen a5 allow me to play for tactics like rook takes and then check and winning the rook. And yeah, it's just utterly ugly. But sadly, so is this. Because now this diagonal has been exposed to a great degree, as well as this one. And I'm going to go for this one now, because I couldn't see a good way to exploit the weakness of this one, because for example after queen a5 he just drops the bishop back, and I didn't see a win there. Whereas now, okay, so now after queen a5 he seems to be losing at least a piece. What was that? He should have dropped back with the bishop. Okay, I don't understand, Philip. Enlighten me, pal. What's happening? Okay, maybe knight d5 is best for him, and after queen d to king d2, c d5, pawn c3, he only loses a piece. But this is gone again. Actually, I feel sorry for him because here he followed logic. He didn't want to go back, which is something that I keep on telling him never to do. And instead he developed another piece, so technically he followed my advice. But the thing is that here these rules don't apply anymore because he's on the verge of death or collapsing, and bishop d2 was absolutely vital so that I can't put any more pressure on that knight. Plus, actually, what he didn't realize was that the bishop on g5 was very badly misplaced. Oh lord, you just fell into mate, buddy. So now it's checkmate. Right. So those are the two games. I'm going to thank Philip for the continuous generous donations, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you would like to join the party, do so by all means, and that will be me for the time being. Thanks for watching.